Okay, we now have a very special session. We have the exhibitors from the conference zone who will now present what they have to show. This is of course partly to the online visitors who cannot visit the booth as everybody can who is here. You're all invited to look at it and get the introduction, and then later maybe also decide to visit one of the booths that are across in the conference zone. So, and Daniel is going to do the exhibitor presentations and guide through them now, and also the one we are going to have this afternoon. Okay, welcome Daniel.
Thanks, Kirsten. Yeah, as part of this year's organizing committee of the conference, it's my pleasure to guide you through the exhibitor presentations now for the exhibitors which are located downstairs on the first and second floor in the conference zone. And later on I will also guide you with a live tour here through the exhibitors which we will have here in the studio. And now first off, our first exhibitor which will present now shortly is Broadcom, and I would like to have the Broadcom representative going up here if possible. Ah, it's Johannes, okay. One thing to note is Broadcom, thanks to your support through all of the years, basically, because Broadcom was one of the few companies already exhibiting at the very first event back in 2011. And for that, we thank you for your continued support here. And now, please go ahead, Johannes.
Thank you, Daniel. So hello, everybody. My name is Johannes Berger, and I'm part of Broadcom's automotive sales team. We are today excited to be here at Automotive Technology Day, and this year is especially meaningful to Broadcom because it marks the second decade of automotive Ethernet. The slide should show up, or am I supposed to press it?
I'm not sure. Green button?
Yeah, press the green one.
I think we are clarifying that right now.
Yeah. Then let me take that minute. We should have the slides. Okay. One further. Perfect. Right. Okay, thank you. So, as I said, this year is especially meaningful for Broadcom because it marks the second decade of automotive Ethernet. Looking back of what was achieved, looking back at the first decade of automotive Ethernet, we are proud of what has been achieved. What started off as broader reach has become one of the fastest growing IVN technologies. Broader reach provided the automotive OEMs with a way to reduce the weight of their cable harnesses, while still meeting strict EMC requirements. The vision of Ethernet everywhere in the car led Broadcom, along with a small number of Tier 1s and OEMs, to form the Open Alliance, with the charter to enable wide-scale adoption of Ethernet-based connectivity for in-vehicle networking. Today, this alliance is 150 plus members strong and released over 35 standards to date. To further enable the ecosystem for the automotive Ethernet market, Broadcom released its proprietary broader reach technology to IEEE, which became the basis for 802.3 BW, or 100 base T1. Broadcom believes that IEEE standards and the compliance to it is essential for true multi-vendor interoperable in-vehicle network. And we are proud to say that Broadcom's pioneering technology, best-in-class products, and superior quality have allowed us to ship more than 300 million ports of automotive Ethernet PHYs, switches, and MCUs into production vehicles. We also continue to drive enterprise and data center protocols into the automotive market. As the second decade of automotive Ethernet begins, Broadcom continues to contribute to new IEEE specifications, to work towards the ecosystem needed to support the standards and invest in leading-edge products. To drive a healthy ecosystem, Broadcom continues to work with multiple vendors for cables, connectors, boards, test equipment, and of course, compliance test facilities. As such, we have driven the ecosystem to make the automotive multi-gig Ethernet specification successful at speeds up to 10G. As the automotive architectures change to take advantage of Ethernet, there will be a need for faster, more time-sensitive, more secure network at low power. And with decades of experience, Broadcom is committed to lead the way in future automotive Ethernet innovation. So thanks for your attention, and please come and visit us in our conference room where we showcase some of our latest technology. Thank you.
Thanks, Johannes. Okay, that was it for the first presentation from Broadcom, and now we have next up Corning with their presentation. Then I see already the representative coming up. Thank you. And I think we just need to get your slides up. I don't know if they're already there.
Yep.
Looks good. Then go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm very excited to be here today. My name is Doug Harshbarger. I lead Corning's work in emerging automotive technologies, and this is actually our first time at this conference. And so what I thought I'd do is give a little bit of an explanation of who Corning is, what we're working on, so that maybe you'll come visit us in our meeting room over in the other hall today or tomorrow. So let me begin by describing Corning. We're a 170-year-old company. We're located in New York State in the United States. We have around 50,000 employees and around 11 billion or more in revenues every year. But what we really are is a glass innovation company. We've been addressing many different markets with many different forms of glass innovation over 170 years. You can see a few examples on this slide. Early in our history, the technology that really made put Corning on the map was our work with developing glass envelopes for light bulbs for Thomas Edison. In the 70s, we had new businesses using fusion forming technology and ceramic substrates, which served the automotive industry. And since then, and maybe something to be proud of in recent years, is new technologies for glass vials for viruses, virus vaccinations. All of these things are in different industries, and today we're leveraging technologies from several different industries to bring new things to the automotive space. From our environmental technologies, where we create devices that reduce pollution in cars, to our optical communication technologies, which forms the backbone of global telecommunications networks. Display technologies, Gorilla Glass, and automotive glass are all things that are making the insides of our car more interactive and able to be upgraded, as we heard in some presentations earlier today. We're here today, though, to talk primarily about how we can combine the work we're doing with optical communications technologies and glasses for some of these sensors and other new devices that are going onto the car to solve new problems and new applications for the future. We think there are quite a lot of advantages to considering optical technologies as you get to very high data rates, and flexible, durable glass optical fiber can have a place in future vehicles. And so we'd love to talk to you about it. We have a meeting room over in room 13. We also have a joint presentation with OFS tomorrow afternoon at the end of the day, and we'd love to talk to you more about it there as well. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks. Perfect, Doug. It's always good and interesting to see new additions to the suppliers, to the ecosystem, and I hope we will see Corning be present at future events here as well, not only this one time first. Then next up we have the next, let's say, semiconductor supplier, which is Microchip. Do we have a representative there? Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Martin, and I'm from Microchip.
I think your slides still need to come up.
Okay. And we want to show you today what investments we have done over the years in 10BASE-T1S. That's not our slides.
Yeah, that was one too fast.
Yes, that's our slides. Thank you very much. So I want to make it brief. We want to show you some demos for different applications. So how can you implement applications with 10BASE-T1S? And we have one demo here for lighting. Actually, that's a demo which you can see, for example, over there running also. And it shows several nodes running hundreds of LEDs, so in total thousands of LEDs at a very high frame rate, completely perfectly synchronized. You can control brightness or rendering speed. You can really make the car a screen. And we also have new concepts there, how to update, and so that's very interesting. And yeah, that's a new way of thinking lighting applications in a car. That's one thing we want to showcase. Another one is a big demo showing all kinds of sensors and actuators. So you can see a lot of functionality, temperature, humidity, air pressure, mechanic pressure, and so on. I don't need to read everything. So a lot of functions, and you can control it. And that shows 10BASE-T1S is available from us, and we have equipped a lot of booths here also with our products. You can buy our products over the web page already. So it's available, and 10BASE-T1S will be in the car in future, and that's what we want to showcase, and we are happy to discuss also with you in our room over there at the main entrance further details. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, I will make sure to see it as well. It's interesting to see 10BASE-T1S in action as well after all this prototypes, first samples, and all the standardization which has been done already. Now, next up, yeah, you also need to test and make sure that your devices run according to the specifications. And one company which supplies equipment here is Rohde and Schwarz. And I would like to welcome a representative from R&S here on stage. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Dimitrakopoulos. It's very nice to be on stage after 2 years. Feels weird for the first time. We are located on the first floor, on room 12. Rohde and Schwarz is a private-owned company. Dr. Rohde and Dr. Schwarz, back in 1933, decided to open their own laboratory. They were engineers, like most of us. And we have a full team to support the event. This time, myself, I represent the company in the Open Alliance and the Automotive Standards Alliance. We have Curtis Donahue, who took a flight from US to support the event, also very well known in the Open Alliance. Jon Pfeiffer, who is our TC9 or cable testing expert, and Klaus and Michael support the sales activities. So they're all here today to support Rohde and Schwarz. 5 years ago, the company took a massive focus in the automotive. We see the trends of autonomous driving and so on. And since then, the company has very clear focus on the automotive market. So we offer a complete range of solutions from telematics with 4G, 5G, radar testing. We recently launched a moving radar target simulator. We have other things like ultra-wideband, remoteless, keyless entry, and so on. The work I'm mostly focusing on, and the reason we're here today, is the automotive Ethernet, so in-vehicle networks and things like that. So the exhibits we have today, first of all, with cooperation with Marvell, we showcase multi-gigabit automotive Ethernet compliance testing together with the Rosenberger HMTD connector. That is very important. And we use this with our oscilloscope to run through the different PMA test cases. For the link segment, this is mainly for the cables and the connectors. We have here a showcase with two partners. One is the Rosenberger and one is the TE, where we showcase the multi-gigabit Open Alliance, the TC9, as we know. And here, even though this is still on a draft release, you can have a look on the test cases, how they look like using a vector network analyzer that you see on the right-hand side. Furthermore, we announced last year the first solutions for trigger and decode on the physical layer, where you have the two ECUs talking to each other. So basically, we are tapping on the signal and we access up to the layer 2. We can have a look on Mac frames, OEMs, and things like that, using a directional coupler that you see in the middle, this test fixture, which is green, and then you access this signal, both the full duplex communication using an oscilloscope. So we can monitor the traffic between two ECUs, and we can do some statistics like how busy is the bus, whether this is on 100 or 1000 base T1. And finally, maybe some of you saw the news today. There was a press release together with Granite River Labs. We will support them to open their new test facility in Karlsruhe. And here we exhibit together also with Microchip DUT410 base T1S, the, again, PMA testing. So yeah, this is from us, and looking forward to see you in person. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. And last but not least, we have one more exhibitor to show up here. We started with one of the first exhibitors from the very first event, and now we close out with another one, which was already at the very first event as well, which is Technica Engineering. And for that, I would like to welcome Lars, it seems, on the stage. So please take it.
So hi again. I try to keep it short since we're probably all hungry, right? So we have three main topics we want to address, and as you can imagine, I talked a little bit about MACSAC. We want to show you a demo on like a very nice hardware platform we built. It's like automotive, and I think we have a record-breaking number right now for the MK startup. So it might be one of the fastest right now existing. So if you want to take a look and challenge us, that's the first thing you might want to take a look at, and we have that in room 10. In the middle, system engineering is one of our fastest growing areas. Thomas and I came together a few years back and thought about, what could help the industry. And now we are basically working for many OEMs and doing consultations for like protocols, EE architecture, security, and everything in between. So there's a lot of things we do, and we can talk about a certain know-how we have and things you might be interested in. And last point on the, I don't know, this is for you, the right-hand side. It's the 1000 base T1 OBD connector. So Thomas will show tomorrow like a presentation on how you flash update your car with a very cheap but EMC, nice EMC still solution based on 1000 megabit T1 for the flash update. You might want to look at that if you have the problem like most OEMs that the number of software units on ECUs goes up and the amount of software you try to flash in your car is getting significant more, and you want to maybe tackle that problem. Thomas has some really nice ideas there, and you might want to take a sneak peek at the demo before the presentation, or do it the other way around. It's up to you. So see you in room 10 then, I guess.
Thanks, Lars. Yeah, as you can see, plenty of interesting exhibits and exhibitors from various fields of the industry. So please make sure to take your time to step down and take a look at the various exhibitors downstairs as well as here, split up as good as possible, and yeah, make sure that you use up your time and try to visit as many as you can. And that's it for the exhibitor presentations now. I think Rudy will have some words for lunch now.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. And thanks to all the exhibitors and sponsors again. We are going to take a 90-minute lunch break, so that should give you plenty of time to visit with all the exhibitors. I know it is a little bit of a walk to go over to the conference zone, so this is an opportune time over the lunch breaks to go visit there. But certainly we'd like you to visit the ones in the studio here as well. So again, we're going to take a 90-minute lunch break. No other real announcements other than just to encourage you to continue to be vigilant about your masks and the distancing as we talked about at the beginning of the conference. Just trying to hopefully have more of these events, so we want to get it right. So I appreciate your attention to that. So please enjoy your lunch. It'll be served at the back of the room, similar to how the breakfast setup was this morning. And also another quick announcement, this evening we will have a dinner. We'll have more information before the last break in the day. The dinner is going to be on site here, so we'll provide more information, but just a reminder to save a bit of appetite for that as well. So thanks, enjoy your lunch, and enjoy visiting with the sponsors. And we'll see you at 2 o'clock. Thanks.